A former UCLA football coach lands on his feet and then uses those feet to kick the Bruins. Have you ever seen a grown cowboy beg? Andrew Whitworth has. And the Dodgers, Justin Turner is starting yet another late season surge. But he's also going to be a free agent. Do the Dodgers bring him back? Hi, I'm James. This is your daily dose of sports and snark for the greatest sports city in the world, Los Angeles. This is Faithful Angelenos. It's August 27, 2022. I want to start off by thanking the new subscribers who joined our channel. Appreciate every last one of you. If you like the content that we put out about LA sports, clickety-clack the like button. Clickety-clack the subscribe button. There's a notifications bell. Hit that. It'll let you know when we drop new content. Sharing is caring. Let people know we exist. By all means, comment. I'm not perfect. I totally get it. So before we go through the news and notes, we always take a look at the scoreboard first. Last night, Mookie Betts went nuts. 2 home runs. And the Dodgers wound up beating the hell out of Miami 10-5. It was, however, in 10 innings. Another blown save, but this time not by Craig Kimbrell, by David Price. The Dodgers seem to be looking for a new reliever. In MLS, Austin humiliated LAFC 4-1. There is a rapid recap if you want more information about that match on the LAFC playlist. And the Chargers, they end the preseason with a 27-10 loss to New Orleans. The best way to say it is we don't know what that means, really. The Chargers didn't play any of their starters. New Orleans, they started number 1 quarterback Jameis Winston and their stud running back Alvin Kamara. So what do we make of it? No idea. Meanwhile, today, the Dodgers will play at Miami at 3 o'clock. That's Dustin May, who's 1-0. Sandy Alcantara, 11-6. And the Rams will finish the preseason against Cincinnati at 3. I beg of you guys 2 things. 1, nobody claimed that an exhibition game is a Super Bowl rematch. Stop it. And the other, if you've been following the way it's been going this week for the Rams and Bengals, please, guys, no felonies. Just come back with nobody in shackles. That's all I ask. Jim Mora, remember him? Yeah, he is the new football coach for the University of Connecticut. So ESPN decided to catch up with him, and Jim Mora can't let it go. He looks over at Chip Kelly's brutal first 4 years with the Bruins and concluded he should have never been fired by UCLA. The guy told ESPN over and over, shouldn't have been fired, shouldn't have been fired, shouldn't have been fired. It was like he was reciting a mantra at a Zen yoga class out at the beach of Santa Monica. Shouldn't have been fired, shouldn't have been fired. Dude, I totally get it. You still landed on your feet. You got a $12 million bailout from UCLA, and they gave you a positive recommendation to get a new job. Dude, namaste. Find your chi. Let it go. It's been over for half. I don't even think Trump was president by the time you got fired. I could be wrong. We might have still been in the Obama administration. That is a long time ago, bro. Let it go. So he tries to build a case, and don't get me wrong, it's not a bad case that he's building. Mora took the Bruins to 5 bowl games. Chip Kelly, none. Totally get it. Mora had a few 10-win seasons. Chip Kelly, none. Totally get it. But former Bruins athletic director Dan Guerrero called UConn and gave this guy a glowing review to help him land a job. They did you a solid. Stop kicking them. Grow up. Retired left tackle Andrew Whitworth says his phone is, quote, blowing up, but not by the Rams. By people begging him to join the Dallas Cowboys. Texans, big, tough, wheel cap size belt buckle wearing Texans on their knees, begging. And I understand why. The Cowboys lost their left tackle through at least December with a knee injury. The problem, according to Whitworth, is, quote, they're calling and texting the wrong person. They need to be texting and calling Melissa Whitworth and the kids because they have final approval, unquote. What that tells me, Whitworth is just pointing the finger in another direction. I think he's kind of liking the retired life a little bit. If I'm wrong, so be it. But I don't even think he believes Dallas has a shot at a Super Bowl. Any decision about punishment regarding Thursday's melee, Donnybrook, slobber knocker, the helmet wielding thing between the Bengals and the Rams. According to the Rams, they're going to handle it in-house, team officials are saying. Which pretty much means nothing. Nothing's going to happen. And that's fine. It's not like it was an actual game. It's a practice. Happens every spring. Happens every training camp. Happens every joint practice. This is not news. It's just supposed to happen. For the Dodgers, Justin Turner, he's known for starting off slow, and then sometime around July, all of a sudden you can't get the guy out and he carries the Dodgers for about 3 months, right? I bring that up because in the last 28 games, he's hitting .337 with 3 home runs and 21 RBIs. The reason, though, that I bring this up is not simply to praise Justin Turner, but to ask you guys a question. This is his contract year, and he's 37. And the Dodgers have potential to bring up minor leaguers as corner infielders. How much would you pay to keep Justin Turner around? Or would you? A 37-year-old man? Can he keep it up forever? I'm here to tell you, I kind of doubt it. LA Times beat writer Jack Harris said if it were up to him, the Dodgers playoff rotation would be Julio Urias, Tony Gonsolin, Clayton Kershaw, and Dustin May. Now the question obviously is Dustin May, because today is only his second start after coming back from Tommy John surgery. Would you include Dustin May? After all, you've got Tyler Anderson and Andrew Heaney as possibilities. Decent question. I'm not saying that Harris is wrong, but it's a decent question. Speaking of people rehabbing from injuries, starting pitcher or possible relief pitcher Danny Duffy, he will begin a rehab assignment soon in Rancho Cucamonga. And Gavin Lux, he's missed the last couple of games. He could be in the starting lineup today. Could be. Any Charger fans concerned about the team being 0-3 in the preseason? I'm not saying that you should be, but are you? Because after all, a couple of weeks, a week or so, you will start off the season against the Raiders. That's the AFC West is just loaded. You're talking about the Raiders and then following it up with the Chiefs. Theoretically, 0-3, theoretically, plus 0-2. At some point, you do want your players and coaches to feel like they've accomplished a win somewhere. It's just a question. I don't even know the answer. Speaking of not knowing the answer, we do not have a winner in the competition for backup running back with the Chargers for Austin Eckler. The LA Times thinks it's going to be Joshua Kelly, who rushed for 40 yards against the Saints in a half of play. Not a bad outing, I must say. But they still don't have a definitive answer yet. Third round pick, a safety, JT Woods, meanwhile, has yet to earn the faith of his coaches. He keeps missing tackles. Blew another one last night. They like his coverage. They like his speed. They're not certain he can bring another human being down to the turf. I hesitate to talk about this next subject because when it comes to Lakers news, it's a lot of clickbait crap. Oh, the Lakers are here's a proposed trade for this. They should go after these free agents. Wah, wah, wah. It's all crap. All of it. Did anybody predict Patrick Beverley coming to the Lakers? No, they did not. Right? And in terms of trustworthiness, I have to tell you, the Bleacher Report is kind of iffy. They're not exactly a bastion of sports journalism, okay? But they did bring up the possibility of, should we put any stock in a Russell Westbrook trade to Indiana for Buddy Hield and Miles Turner? So I'm only bringing this up, not because I think that trade is going to happen, but if the Lakers do make a deal for that, why would they want these guys? Okay? And there's two reasons. One is that LA loves to stock their roster with big men to support Anthony Davis. They've done it with Montrezl Harrell. They've done it with JaVale McGee. They've done it with Dwight Howard, and they definitely think that Miles Turner would be a fantastic addition, and I can't argue with that. The other reason would be that GM Rob Pelinka used to be an agent. When he was an agent, he represented Buddy Hield. So those would be your two reasons to think that it's a possibility. I do not know if it will happen. We're not hearing a lot of, quote, inside dope. We're hearing a lot of innuendo. 4-star wide receiver Jacoby Lane has committed to coming to USC as part of the class of 2023. He's a 6'4" wide receiver from Red Mountain High School in Arizona. He caught 76 passes last year for 990 yards and 14 touchdowns. So the Trojans continue to stock up for the class of 2023. Meanwhile, we've been following this story. A wide receiver who used to be for USC, Brew McCoy. He had a lot of ugly incidents over at USC. They cut him. He's transferred to Tennessee. There were apparently additional controversies as to when he was going to play. It's now all over with. He can officially play for the Volunteers. And as far as I'm concerned, story over. No more talk from me about Brew McCoy. According to manager Greg Vanney, he wanted during the transfer window the Galaxy to acquire a defensive midfielder, an attacking midfielder, and a quote-unquote leadership guy for the back line. He says the Galaxy went 3 for 3. Now, the prize acquisition is midfielder Ricky Puig, who they got from FC Barcelona. Please say hello to Wifey and her adorable knee-high socks making a cameo appearance. Ricky Puig from FC Barcelona, but the recent acquisition, the last one, Martin Caceres, he played in 3 World Cups for Uruguay. He's going to be that leadership presence, the tough guy on the back line. And they also like the fact that he's going to be versatile. He can play left back, right back, and center. Finally, Kwadwo Opoku, a forward. He was named to the MLS's All Underrated team by MLS Soccer. We talk a lot about how LAFC has added all these big names and how they already had Carlos Vela and how many goals that they put in. I think it's kind of obvious. People do, in fact, go to sleep on Opoku. 7 goals and 3 assists this year. Not bad, must say. Now, if you enjoyed today's broadcast, don't forget to like and subscribe to Faithful Angelenos. We are trying to build something here for LA sports. Thank you for watching. I'm James. We'll be back tomorrow. Faithful Angelenos is a Kian Corte El Queso production. Take care.